Today, we're looking into something pretty big that you see online a lot.
Mm,
This hypothesis about a consciousness-shifting light spectrum from space.
right. And the idea that world powers, maybe the NWO, are suppressing it, it's a powerful story.
Definitely potent.
And to really get into it, we need to see the three core ideas the sources usually hit on. First, there's got to be the cosmic signal, some kind of real, pervasive radiation.
Okay, a signal.
Second, the awakening effect. This means a shift from, well, what they call 3D consciousness scarcity duality up to 5D. Unity, clarity,
Clever intuition, that kind of...
Exactly. And third, the control collapse. The idea is this awakening just automatically dismantles fear-based control systems, authoritarian structures.
Okay, so let's unpack that. Maybe start by looking at the science they sort of borrow from, ground it a bit.
Good idea. Let's start close to home. Proponents often point first to the Schumann resonances, the SR.
Ah, yeah, I've heard of those.
They're definitely real. Scientifically defined extremely low frequency waves, ELF waves. Think of it like the planet's background hum in the Earth ionosphere cavity.
Like a natural frequency.
Exactly. And it's around 7.83 hertz, which happens to be in the same band as human brainwaves. So science does show subtle interactions.
Okay.
The spiritual take is that if you align with this Earth's heartbeat, it helps you awaken, syncing up.
Right, but that sounds subtle, maybe not enough for a global mass awakening event promoted in the sources, is it?
Probably not on its own, no. Which is why the hypothesis then needs to look further out, way beyond Earth.
So if the source is truly cosmic, a big signal from deep space, what's the most likely scientific candidate?
That would almost certainly be galactic cosmic rays, GCRs. These are very high-energy particles. Ionizing radiation.
Hang on. Ionizing radiation, that sounds dangerous, not helpful. How does that become a positive awakening signal?
Well, that's where things get selective. There is research, mostly driven by astronaut safety for deep space missions, showing GCRs definitely affect brain function, neurological function.
Okay. How?
It's complicated. The effects are really multidirectional. We've seen studies suggesting GCR exposure might sometimes enhance cognitive abilities, maybe cause hyperactivity.
Oh, interesting.
But, and this is crucial, it also clearly causes things like state anxiety, depression, and pretty significant memory impairment. It really depends on the dose and context.
Oh, okay. So the theory kind of cherry picks the potential cognitive boost.
Exactly.
And just ignores the anxiety and memory loss side of things.
Precisely. It paints a purely positive picture that the full data just doesn't support. If governments were suppressing GCR info, maybe it'd be to prevent mass panic about neuroinstability, not some plot to stop enlightenment.
That's a twist. But the core fear, the suppression part, that resonates because it has some historical grounding, doesn't it? This is where it gets really interesting for me.
It does. You just need to look at that declassified CIA report from 1983, Analysis and Assessment of the Gateway Process.
Right, the gateway process.
Yeah, that document is pretty wild. It details this system using frequency tech hemisync specifically to get the brainwaves highly coherent.
And the goal was?
The stated goal, right, in the report was basically to move consciousness outside the physical sphere, to ultimately escape time and space limitations. Pretty far out stuff.
So even if this specific cosmic light spectrum idea is maybe, unsupported, the fear that governments have researched ways to alter consciousness using frequencies, that part is actually spot on.
Absolutely. It confirms major powers have explored this territory. It lends a kind of historical credibility to the fear of secrecy, even if the current target, this cosmic ray, is misrepresented.
Okay. So wrapping this up, what are we actually looking at here? The hypothesis itself doesn't seem to hold up to empirical evidence.
Not really, no. Not for some magical awakening light spectrum, but it's a very clever synthesis, isn't it? It weaves together bits of real science, like the GCR effects, but only the good ones.
Right.
Misrepresented public data, like the Schumann resonances, and then leverages that verifiable history of government secrecy, like the CIA's gateway work.
So what does this mean for you, listening right now? It seems this narrative is, well, it's a powerful psychological coaching mechanism, maybe.
I think that's key. It offers this external, almost effortless solution, a cosmic event, a frequency shift to fix really complex, messy, real global problems. inequality, broken political systems.
Yeah, things that feel overwhelming. This promises a fix from outside, a sort of cosmic permission slip to bypass the hard stuff.
Exactly. It potentially excuses us from the difficult work of actually changing things ourselves.
Which leads to the final thought then. This conspiracy narrative points to this deep need for a fundamental shift in how our societies work.
Yeah.
That feeling is very real, isn't it? So, by focusing on and waiting for some external cosmic event, could this narrative be unintentionally diverting the energy we need? The collective focus required for the tough internal changes, and, frankly, the political accountability needed to dismantle control systems built and maintained right here by human hands. Something to think about.